Ó, Tony também
Ei,
chegou.
Satidana, pessoal, tudo bem?
Jay Dana. Tony tá entrando.
Oi, Ana, tudo bom?
Tudo bem, e você?
Tudo bem. Ai,
Oh,
Shuddha, Jai Satidana.
Jai Sachidanand, Jai Sachidanand. Wonderful. Good to see all of you. Eloise, our dear Berna, Anna, Denise, Vera, Tony. You see, everyone. Wonderful, Tony. And Helena. Yes, yes, yes. Wonderful.
Denize, you're going to translate, Denize?
Only if Chile doesn't arrive in time.
Okay,
Okay? You go, and when you have to go, you tell me, I go
yes.
on.
Helena
I'll
also,
continue translating.
Helena also is willing to help, yes.
Oh, good.
Good.
Yeah, super. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Mahatma Helena.
Mahatma Helena, Shuddhatma
Yeah, should
Bhagwan.
I am in another meeting. Sorry, I'm sorry, should.
Okay, that's all right. That's okay. Yeah. All right. So we have, let us begin with the three mantra. So one of you please sing the three mantra.
Por favor, alguém canta o Trimantra.
Yes, I sing. Thank you.
Helena, traduz aí, filha.
Ah, é? Tá bom.
Aham.
Okay, Anna, please go ahead. Huh?
Yes, go ahead. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantaram, Namo Sitaram, Namo Ayariyaram, Namo Vasayanam, Namo Loye Savasahuram, Nesopancha Namukaro, Savapavapanashano, Mangalara Savensim, Padamang Havai Mangalam, Onamo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Satchidanand. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantaram, Namo Sitaram, Namo Ayariyaram, Namo Vasayanam, Namo Loye Savasahuram, Esopancha Namukaro, Savapavapanashano, Mangalara Savinsim, Padamang Havai Mangalam, Onamo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, O Namah Shivaya, Jai Satchidanand, Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Sitaram, Namo Ayariyaram, Namo Vasayanam, Namo Loye Savasahuram, Esopancha Namukaro, Savapavapanashano, Mangalara Savensim, Padamang Havai Mangalam, Onamo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, O Namah Shivaya, Jai Satchidanand, Jai Satchidanand, Jai Satchidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Thank you very much. Wonderful three mantra. Now, with that, we begin the satsang. The satsang happens in the presence of Dada Shri. You see, Dada Shri is sits inside us. You see, he has taken a permanent place within each one of us. You see.
E Shuddha fala que Dada está dentro de nós, que ele tomou um lugar permanente dentro de nós, Dada Bhagwan.
Yes, you see,
E que nós vamos começar a satsang na presença do Dada.
yes,
Vamos fazer um jogo duplo, Helena?
Vamos lá, vamos lá.
he is present. You see, he is present within all of us, and that is the beauty of it. You see, and
Ele
his
está presente dentro de todos nós, e essa que é a beleza disso.
right, and the presence begins with the simple name Dada. All right.
E a presença começa pelo simples nome de Dada, essa presença.
Yeah, Dada, because this is the most precious word. It is no longer, you see, it's very precious because you can write da, right? And you can, read it backwards, forwards. It still is the same.
Muito preciosa porque você pode escrever Dada e você pode ler da frente para trás, de trás para frente. É sempre uma presença maravilhosa entre nós.
And Dada, even a child, even a little baby learns these words. Even a little baby whose parents are not enlightened or awakened, not Mahatmas, and the baby has no Gnan. But these are Dada is one of the first words that the baby learns, Dada.
Então, Dada é uma das primeiras palavras que os bebês aprendem. E aí mesmo que os pais não sejam Mahatmas, o bebê sempre traz essa palavra com ele, Dada.
Dada, Mama, Tata, you see. And but you see, this word Dada assumes a fantastic importance in time, you see. It's beautiful importance. In fact, even if somebody just Googles the word Dada, now they're in the ocean of material, of liberation.
Se alguém botar no Google Dada, você encontra um oceano de material sobre essa palavra.
Yes, and Kaviraj has written, the Kaviraj, our famous poet, has written that he has written a song which simply says, Dada Dada Bolu aney, Bolu aney, Nijat maheke, Nijat maheke. So essentially, it's saying is by just saying Dada, Dada, the self maheke. The self gushes out. You see, the self. You've seen those little huge fountains on a lake in front of a building. They just go high. So the self gushes with gushes out with joy. You see.
E esse Gujarat, como é que o nome dele é? Kaviraj. Kaviraj, chefe. Ele é um poeta, né, que fez muitas músicas do Dada e ele faz essa música que que o Shuddha falou agora, e que é como essas fountains, né, dentro de uma água que solta bem alto, e é como você fala, Dada, você tem a expansão enorme.
Yeah. So, that's the beginning line. Dada, 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 Bolu, Bolu, Fala. Bolu.
What's Bolu?
Bolu means speak. So say the words. Bolu means
Bolu.
I'm speaking.
Fala.
You say Fala, Fala. So when I say Dada, 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 my soul, my own soul wakes up, you see.
Você canta Dada Dada Dada, a própria alma nossa acorda.
And the complementary line to this is, he says, Anant Pardesi avarano tootey. In other words, Anant means infinite, and infinite, Pardesi means the of the non-self, you see. Pardesi means foreign. Okay, I'm giving it to you in the chat so that you can really just love these two lines, and then later on you can find out the pad. But anyway, Anant Pardesi, non-self, foreign. Avaran is a veil, you see, veil.
Veil.
Veils, yeah, veils over the self, avaran, avaran
É
is
véu sobre o céu.
tootey means they break. You see, they break. So now what he's saying is just simply by saying Dada 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 Dada, all right? The self that is manifest within you and I just comes, becomes present. Boom. You say it's present, you see.
Então ele fala cantando Dada Dada Dada, um ser dentro da gente acorda e se manifesta.
And then he says, second line which I have given you in the chat, which is Anant means infinite. Infinite. Avarans is Pardesi avaran. Swa means self, par means non-self, you see. So all of these veils, clouds, avarans, you see, obstructions, they are actually in the realm, they are in the territory of the non-self, you see. They are in Denize, in Shuddha, in Helena, you see. And just by the very presence, the manifestation of my presence, you see, presence of the one that has manifest within me, these veils, everything disperses, you see.
Então, o Shiva falando que quando você canta Dada, esses véus que estão do não-self, né, não-ser, né, de nós, todos nós, eles vão embora, porque aquilo se manifesta, quando a sua alma pura, né, se manifesta, todos os véus vão sair.
Véus e obstruções.
Veils exact. I should take back the word obstruction. Obstruction is a karma effect, you see, a karma.
Vai tirar a palavra de
obstruction. Antaray karma, antaray obstruction, right? It's a karma. But how does it present? No matter what the obstruction, every obstruction that comes in our life in front of us, you see, is really, it disappears when you look at it with the vision of Swayamapura eva Swamapura, you see, it goes away, you see.
Então fala que essas obstruções que vêm na vida de todos nós, só dizer o Dada, né, a alma pura, Denize, se manifesta e essas coisas vão se dissolvendo. Do karma, não? Karma, não? Você fala. Esse era o karma, right?
Yes, see. So you see, we say it in the Gnan Vidhi. Gnanavaran karma. Avaran, veil, over Gnan. And it's a karma. So I am absolutely free from the veil of karma, the veil of karma over my Gnan, over my knowledge, you see.
Então eu sou totalmente livre desse meu karma sobre o meu conhecimento.
Yeah, and then the next sentence is darshan avarana karmati mukte shuddhatmacho. I am absolutely free from anything that veils that puts a curtain over my vision, you see.
Então, eu sou totalmente livre de qualquer coisa que uma cortina que vem de obstrução.
Yeah, and then I am absolutely free from the others in moha, illusion is also a karma. It presents as a karma. Illusion means to believe the temporary to be real. You see,
A ilusão também se dissolve, que quando a ilusão é o que você, a coisa que é temporária que parece que é verdadeira.
Yeah, it's not real. It's
É
temporary.
verdadeiro.
Temporary is temporary. You see.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, the temporary is temporary, right? And so the temporary, that which is eternal is the only thing that is real in our world, your world, my world, right? That is the only thing.
O temporário não existe, porque tudo que é real é do ser. Quando vem o ser, tudo fica real e nada é temporário, né?
Yes, and then there is this. So avaran. So when we say Dada Dada Bolu aney Nijat maheke, only the soul wakes up, nothing else wakes up. You see, with Dada, the words Dada and Dada, only the self, the Ama, presents. All of this that is non-Alma, it disappears.
Então, quando você fala canta dada, dada, e tudo que é temporário desaparece, o ser cresce.
Yeah. And with what happens next? With that, when the self within each one of us presents, he presents means this is what we did, coming here in this satsang, joining this Zoom, we presented ourselves as the Amapuras. You see, when the self presents, then what's the next line? Anant Pardesi avarano tootey. See, means infinite veils, in the that are part of the non-self, part of Shuddha, Toni, Savani, you see, they disperse, they dissipate, they break, you see.
Então, o Shuddha reforça, né, que quando você fala dada, o ser se eleva, sai, e tudo que é os véus que não é verdadeiro desaparece.
Yeah. So when we say Jai Satchidanand here, we are presenting, you see, we are now present as the awakened, enlightened, pure souls, you see, pure souls.
Então, quando você fala de Jai Satchidanand, você se apresenta como alma pura.
Yeah, you see.
Dentro de cada de nós.
And beautiful things, wonderful results happen because, hey, the world is forgotten.
Milhões de coisas boas acontecem porque o mundo lá fora é esquecido.
Whatever has happened today, this week, it's out automatically. It's like as if your desktop, your desktop is cleared. This desktop is not the computer desktop, but our desktop, you see. So now it's clear, no files there.
Ele fala assim, fica tudo claro para você e tudo que aconteceu na semana, para a gente, todos os problemas, aquilo tudo se dissipam.
Because usually the desktop has got all kinds of lists and post-it notes and this and that, reminders, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. The entire to-do list vanishes. You see?
Toda a lista do que você tem que fazer, né? Tudo se desaparece.
Yeah, to-do list goes away, you see. So it's a very beautiful. And then what you're saying is as soon as you see each other, Jai Satchidanand, you say, so really essentially being present in the satsang, coming, just joining and say Jai Satchidanand, Satchidanand, you're essentially saying, wow, glory to this awareness. This awareness that is the result of knowledge and vision, Gnan Darshan, eternal knowledge and vision, you see.
Como a gente vê assim na satsanga, aqui, isso que a gente está fazendo, né? Então, quando você fala Jai Satidana para outra pessoa, é que o ser está se manifestando em todos nós.
Yeah, to the eternal, you see, not temporary, but eternal knowledge and vision. You see, knowledge, vision, so Gnan or Gnan Darshan, you see. And the knowledge of the eternal, you see, it when you glorify the knowledge of the eternal by singing or saying Jai Sachidanan or singing Jai Jai Karho, etc., or Dada Dada Dada, right? You glorify it, then what happens? Yeah, then what happens is automatically bliss is there. Automatically bliss is there.
Então, ele fala, né, quando a gente se reúne e fala Jai Satchidananda para as outras pessoas, totalmente a bem-aventurança acontece.
Yes, you see. So beautiful. This the Dada has given it all to us. This as the fourth mantra. You see, it's the fourth mantra when you say.
Quarta mantra que o Dada tem dado para nós.
Yeah. So when you say
when you glorify the eternal.
Yes.
This is amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Então, quando você glorifica o eterno, né?
Yeah.
A bem-aventurança acontece automaticamente. Isso é incrível.
Lindo, não?
Glory, yes, glorious. Yeah, that's why we say Jai. The word Jai, Jaikar ho, Jai, whatever. It means you are now glorifying, you know.
Quando você fala essa palavra Jai, quando ele fala, é você quando você glorifica.
Yeah, if Lula or Bolsonaro were in India, the Indians will say Jai Lula, Jai Lula, Jai Jai Bolsonaro, you see.
Se o Lula Bolsonaro estivesse na Índia, a gente fala Jai Bolsonaro, Jai Lula.
But we are saying Jai Sat Chit Anand. We are saying we're not glorifying the bliss. The bliss is automatic. We are glorifying this eternal knowledge and vision. You see, we are glorifying the chit that has become pure within each one of us. Eternal.
A gente glorifica esse chit que ficou eterno dentro de nós.
Yeah, another word for glorification is exaltation, right?
Exaltação.
Yeah, exalt, you jump with joy, that's what we do in Guru Purnima. Jump with joy, even if you do not know how to dance, you dance.
Você não sabe dançar, você dança.
Yeah.
Você pula de alegria.
Yeah, it's everyone dances, you see, but it's actually the body kind of all of a sudden moves with the energy of the natural dance rhythm within. Every human being has a dance rhythm, you see.
Porque todo ser humano tem ritmo de dança dentro dele. Quando a gente dança, é isso que acontece.
Yeah. And so, you see, when you see a natural dancer, when he's not supposed to dance, but when he dances naturally, in other words, he's not on a stage, but, he just, wherever he goes, you've seen these human beings and girls, they just, anything they do, they just automatically start dancing. They're not at all conscious about who is seeing them, you see. They're not aware of who is seeing them. They just make a little dance movement, you see. And it's that's natural dance.
Isso é uma coisa natural, né? Por exemplo, uma menina, um menino que dança naturalmente, ele não está no palco, mas ele só de estar alegria, ele movimenta o corpo dele, essa exaltação, essa alegria.
Yeah, and in the same way, there is the dance of the singing too. The singing that happens spontaneously and naturally, without worrying about, does it look good? Can I sing? Does it sound good? None of that stuff. Then it's very beautiful. And the same with piano playing and whatever,
E a mesma coisa que fala quando você canta, né? Sem você perguntar, estou cantando bem, você gostou, só cantar pela alegria de cantar, sem ter a plateia.
So these are two beautiful initial happenings, initial entrances for our satsang. there is this fantastic surrender and the invocation to the Panch Parameshti, the 5 levels of enlightened ones, and then you see the enlightened ones, you see. Then and then you see the enlightened ones, Perna and Anna and Denize and Helena, etc. Right? He starts.
E aí, quando você vê, né, cada um de nós, né, essa alegria de estarmos juntos e a exaltação, essa excitement.
Right. And so, let me now share, because, we were, where was I here? I think, Karirite Jam Chandi. All right, yes. So we're coming now to the end, okay? Oh no, this is the, so, no. Yes.
It's about 2 paragraphs.
Oh yeah,
below,
yeah. Oh
below,
yeah. I was just going, I was in the wrong page. Yes,
Yes,
it's almost. Thank you, Tony.
Below that, when Dada says, "Did you understand this viewpoint, point of view?"
Yes. And so it's here in reality.
In reality,
Yeah. This is where we begin now. You see, so in reality, this is. Can you see this, my dear Helena? Helena?
Yes?
Can you see this thing in front of you, the PDF?
No, I don't.
No,
I just see you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I need to share. Okay. I need to share this. Okay. Okay, here we are.
Yeah.
Yes, good. Now we are here. Yeah. So we were continuing with this oneness, and
Continuar, né? Onde paramos da última vez.
so right now this is where the final parts of this satsang in 325. In reality, if one understands the word exactly as it is and then experiences it, then he will definitely become the embodiment of love. And this should be L capital, love, you see? Because Dada is talking about real love, pure love,
Aí ele fala que esse love teria que ser a letra maiúscula, porque Dada está falando do amor real.
And so, first you have to understand it and then you experience it.
Primeiro você entende, depois você experiencia isso.
What is the world like in its true nature? No living being is at fault at all. Every single living being is truly flawless. Okay, not faultless, flawless.
Yeah.
Okay, because fault means it draws your vision to the fault. But you see, when there is no flaw, then there is nothing to see. You see, you just see it's flawless. So flawless is the word at the absolute level. Fault, no fault is at the relative level, see?
Então a falta e não falta é do relativo e flawless é do real.
Yeah, like a flawless diamond, no matter how, when you look at a flawless diamond, there is nothing on the surface, there is no black marks, and you look under the big microscope or whatever, and there is no black mark anywhere. It's a flawless
Então, flawless é
diamond.
quando você vê um diamante, você não vê nada, marca preta, ele é perfeito.
Yeah, and in a diamond, if there is a flaw inside, a carbon particle, and then that flaw itself will reflect the light differently as compared to a flawless diamond. It reflects light perfectly, you see.
É porque se tem dentro do diamante carbono, né? Carbon, e ele não reflete como totalmente, então it's a flawless.
Yeah.
É carvão, um pequeno carvão. Ele reflete diferente quando tem o carvão dentro. E quando o diamante é puro, ele reflete plenamente a luz.
Obrigada.
Thank you. And no one is really at fault, but because we see them at fault, pure love does not arise. You see? Now, here again, we are not seeing them at fault, you see. It's not a we see. It is the fault appears. There is a one inside that sees the fault. You and I are not seeing the fault, you see. When somebody is shouting or saying bad words, okay, you and I, as the Amapuras, are not seeing the fault, you see. But the neighbor, the file one which has not become fully enlightened, is seeing the fault. You see, so the fault is being seen. So because the fault is seen is a better phrase here. Because the fault is seen, it'll happen. You'll see the fault, and then you become aware. Because you can only see fault in the relative, you see.
Porque se você não vê a falta, mas realmente, como a gente, uma pura, a gente não vê a falta em ninguém, falha em ninguém, né? Mas se a pessoa não recebeu o Gnan, ele vê o erro no outro, tá certo, Denise?
You see, and you see, so I'm giving you the exact words as I'm reading again, because this is so important, You see, the fault is seen because the fault is seen. And the fault is seen by the one who has not become perfect yet, who has not
ele fala
attained.
I'm sorry. E é importante isso que ele está retornando, porque a falta, se a pessoa que vê a falta é a pessoa que não tem como a gente, que a alma pura não vê falha em ninguém.
Yeah, you see this, it's like this body, mind, speech and body, the Pudgal, cannot see faults. It just wants food. It wants to go to sleep, you see. It wants to be left alone. It doesn't want to be disturbed. And the Amapura is also flawless. I mean, it's vitrag, you see, right? There is no attachment and aversion. So where is the problem? The problem is in the middle one. The problem is in the middle one. You understand?
A Denize, dá uma ajuda aí, por favor.
O Pudgal, na verdade, ele não quer nada. Ele só precisa, ele quer comida, ele quer dormir. Ele não quer ser incomodado. Então, o problema realmente não é nem no Pudgal, é o do meio. Ele é que é o problema. Não é isso, Helena?
The problem is one with the belief complex. The one that believes is the bhavo, you see. The problem is not with this body, mind, speech and body. The problem is the one who believes, my body, I am this body, I am speaking. You see, that's the problem.
Denise.
Então, o problema é aquele que tem essa crença de que é meu corpo, isso é meu, eu sou, né?
Well, I'm speaking.
Eu estou falando.
So this is a very important sentence. No one is really at fault, but because the fault is seen, all right, pure love, L capital, does not arise at all. Okay, you got that, Helena? Yes.
Quando você não vê a falha, né? O amor puro, ele diz que esse loving é maiúscula, não confere.
Yeah, and therefore, when the other person is seen flawless, pure love will arise at that moment. Right away, pure love will arise, you see.
Então ele fala que quando você não vê a falta, falha nenhuma, aí o amor puro vai acontecer naquele momento, vai surgir naquele momento, porque você vê erro em ninguém.
Yeah. How does this happen? And this is the only way you can see anyone flawless is we have spent by being who you are, you see, by being who I am I also am a pura. Then you see the amapura in the other person, and then in the relative, your vision becomes more and more pure, you see. In the relative, the vision of the relative, Shuddha's relative's vision, Shuddha's vision gets pure. My vision is pure, you see. But Shuddha's vision becomes cleaner and cleaner, and the flaws and the faults in the other human being disappear. Slowly they disappear, you see. Sometimes it happens immediately, you see.
Então, pelo que eu entendi, a alma pura, quando a gente fala dessa alma pura, a gente não vê falha em ninguém. Mas aí a Helena vai começando a melhorar cada vez mais, porque ela está nesse estado do ser.
You see? Okay. I do not see anybody at fault, okay? All right? And Dada is saying this is. But it is fault, seeing of the fault, it is due to being in a state separated from the self. In other words, you have gone away from your own amapura. That is called vibhakta avastha. Don't worry about that. Because you go away from who you really are. You are amapura, but you go towards Helena. Then, so therefore you are in a state which is divided from the self, you see. And due to having, and I'm going to give you later on this Portuguese so you can improve upon it, because due to having divisiveness with one's own self as state as the self, not real form. There is nothing called form of the self. It's the state of the self. Form means visible form, see? So, because you move away from who you are, that you start seeing the faults. That's all he's trying to say.
Então, o que ele está falando aí é que só quando você está fora do seu ser é que começa a ver a falta, mas quando você está, essa separação. Just separation, right? When you
and the separation, this is
because you're not self, right?
Yeah, this separation is the reverse separation, you see. In the Gnan Vidhi, you separate from the non-self, from Helena. But and he says, so now you have become absolute Amapura plus Amapura, both. Absolute is absolute. It is this absolute within you that is pulling the other Amapura towards absolute. You see, that is what is happening within us. You understand? There is the absolute by 2%, and the rest is Amapura, you see. And this one, if can only become more of an Amapura, complete, by not interfering, not going out there, you see, not separating. Now you found Dada. Dada, I'm with you. I'm with you. No matter what happens to Helena, I'm with you. Now you are become part of Dada, you see? Yeah?
Denise, vê se eu entendi bem. Porque como eu estava falando que quando você começa a ver a falta dos outros, você separa. E ele falou que é o reverso do separar, né? Porque geralmente você separa para ser uma pureza, ao contrário, né? Quando você deixa de ser uma pura e começa a ver a falta nos outros.
Quando você sai do estado de alma pura, e aí começa a ter divisão. E aí você não consegue, você vê falta e você não consegue ter o amor puro.
You see, also what is happening is
Are you going to let Helena read
Yeah,
the
yes,
Portuguese?
yes, I am. In a
Oh,
minute. You see,
okay.
but you see,
Okay.
because this I'm dealing with here, the old translation, this is not my translation, you see. This is why I'm having all of these difficulties. You understand? You know? Yeah,
E é porque ele,
I'm making the corrections, you see.
é,
And corrections as I'm reading this, you see.
ele está falando
Uh,
que ele está explicando porque ele está corrigindo quando ele está lendo. Depois eu
yeah.
vi em português. Tá
So
dando.
it is due to this divisive intellect that others appear at fault. So now Dada says it's the intellect that moves you away, that shows you the fault of others. The one for whom the divisive or divisive intellect leaves, you see, for such a person, a bhed drashti, the vision of oneness arises, you see. And with that, there is nothing like seeing someone at fault. There's no fault. There is only pure love. Beautiful. Go ahead and finish this. Now, now you please read this from the beginning, okay? And
Na,
you can make the changes whatever you want to, you see,
ok.
now in your understanding.
Na realidade, se alguém entender o mundo exatamente como ele é e depois vivenciá-lo, então ele definitivamente se tornará a corporificação do amor. Como é o mundo em sua verdadeira natureza, nenhum ser vivo é culpado de nada. Cada ser vivo é verdadeiramente sem falhas. Ninguém é realmente culpado. E porque os vemos com defeitos, o amor puro não surge de forma alguma. Portanto, quando ele for visto sem defeitos, o amor puro surgirá naquele momento. Eu não vejo ninguém com defeito. É por estar em um estado separado do ser, por estar em um estado dividido do ser e por divisões com a forma real como ser, que os outros parecem estar em falta. É devido ao intelecto divisível, que os,
Yeah.
que os outros parecem ser culpados. Aquele para quem o intelecto divisível vai embora, para ele surge a bem-drashti. Com isso, não há nada como ver alguém sem falta. Há apenas amor puro.
Yes, you see, this particular paragraph that you just read, it is from Davani 14, volume 2, of which we have already had a parayan. You see, there was a lot of discussion on this, you see. But, it's not easy to go back to that particular segment of the parayan. But now, if you had to say translate the same thing in a parayan, you will be much better equipped. You will exactly know what we are talking about, you see.
É porque ele fala que esse parágrafo foi durante o Paraian. Então, quando você vê de novo, depois que você vê o Paraian, você tem um entendimento mais profundo do que está acontecendo.
To make it very simple, okay, to make it very simple, when you and I are present, when I say present, when you and I are present with a P capital present, you see, it's not like being present in a meeting, the 6 people, 12 people are sitting in a room. That is, these bodies are present, you see, but you may be one person's mind is this way, the other person's chit is going this way, everybody is doing their own thing. You see, that's not called present.
Ele
That's,
fala
yeah.
sobre estar presente, não é assim, às vezes você está presente com uma pessoa, mas uma pessoa está pensando numa coisa e outra na outra, mas estar presente realmente é isso que ele quer falar, presente com P maiúsculo.
Yeah, when you're here, presence means regardless of what the body may be doing, you're present because you are seeing the other human being as the pure soul, you see. You're
Então, quando vai
seeing
falar, quando você é importante, quando você vê esse presente, é quando você está vendo a outra pessoa como alma pura. Essa é a presença.
You are aware of the glorious and the grand knower seer God within the other human being too, you see.
Você também está vendo o Deus dentro daquela pessoa também.
you know, and then with that vision, Dada says, you yourself are with your Amapura, you're present. You see, you're present. I am present means Shuddha is now with the Lord's vision only. You see, nothing else is disturbing, so there is no chance of anything happening in the relative uh, creating any kind, bringing any kind of faults in front of you, you see.
E ele fala quando você vê com essa visão, né, da alma pura, aquele que conhece vê. Então não tem jeito de você ver a falta na outra pessoa, porque você está vendo o outro como alma pura, como glorioso Deus.
Yes, now, having said that, this is the beginning of pure love, because seeing pure love arises by not separating from who you and I are, you see.
Então é isso que acontece, né, da alma pura, porque você não está separado de um ao outro, você está presente com o outro, não há separação.
Yeah,
Alma pura para alma pura.
At that time, everything that's going on in the mind, speech, and body is far away or irrelevant, you see.
O que está acontecendo na mente, o corpo, não é relevante naquela hora, porque você está presente com a pessoa.
And also, at the same time, the antakaran, the inside, the intellect is quiet. The intellect is quiet.
O intelecto também está quieto nessa hora.
You see, now, you see, the file interactions will happen. You see, say four people are there or three people are there, having seen and continuing to see the pure soul in that other person, whatever he speaks or she speaks, this has a different value. You see, of course, because you're there for a meeting, you have to pay attention to it. So you will automatically, the discharge ego will pay attention to it. But with the simultaneous awareness of Amapura, whatever is necessary for the meeting will get done. If you have to speak also, that will come out, this and that. But now you see what happened is very beautiful, and words may fly and all kinds of disagreements may happen, but that is not the point. There is this continuous awareness of who that person is, you see.
Então, você está numa reunião, ou mesmo 3 ou 4 pessoas, se você se mantiver nessa alma pura, as coisas podem acontecer, mas você não vê falta na pessoa. E, às vezes, você quer falar uma coisa e a palavra vem a você. É um estado, né? It's like a blessed place, right?
Há uma interação, mas o que as pessoas falam tem um valor diferente. Você está com uma outra percepção, está com uma visão da alma pura, e você também vai falar e vai simplesmente sair. I think that is when the recording gets away. The recording speech works, isn't it?
Well, no, even in other ways, in other words, this is a high level of separation, you see. What does not allow us to become natural is the presence of kashais. Kashais within us, you see. These kashais have not left completely. Kashais of pride, which says, I am something, I'm here in this meeting, I already am something. You see, now you're starting in the wrong place, you see, because you are something, but Dada gives an answer to you are something. He says, where you are, so don't separate. Be aware that Shuddha or Denize is coming with a sense that he or she knows something, you see, but if you do not give any space to it, then you can learn a lot from what is coming up in the meeting. Somebody is saying this, somebody is saying this, and you can see much more then by saying I am somebody and I know better, you become impatient. You do not listen to the other human being. You do not see the viewpoints, his viewpoints. There's so much more, you see. So
Quando você
much
está
more.
nesse estado, né, de conhece e vê, você pode ver as outras pessoas, mas você não está julgando a outra pessoa. Então, eu acho que você vê mais, you see more of it, right? Shuddha?
Yeah, you begin to,
É um
when
nível,
you
é um nível muito elevado da separação, traz uma naturalidade. E aí, dessa forma, os cachais não se apresentam, porque os cachais atrapalham e você fica achando que você sabe, e aí você perde de aprender. Quando os cachais não estão presentes, você aproveita muito mais tudo que está acontecendo.
and so
É
you're
isso,
right.
né, Helena?
Aí
Excellent.
você perde o ponto de vista da outra pessoa.
Isso,
Essa
isso.
coisa boa, não só de uma pessoa, mas de todos que estão
É.
falando.
Yes, what were you saying, Helena? You said something. What you said was very right, Helena. I heard it in English a little bit. And but the point really is, there is in Akram Vignan, there is the awareness that these kashais are not really kashais because they're discharging. You see, they have been kept far away. You see, they're happening to Helena or Tony or Solange, etc. You see, and that awareness, you see, in that awareness, there is no energy given to, even if there is a kashai. You see, for instance, if there is a kashai of pride, I'm something, I know this. Now, with your presence, it's like the sun is present now, you see. All of these little dark places have no place here, you see.
Então, eu entendi o Shuddha falar que quando você está nesse estado de alma pura, mesmo se vem um cachai seu ou alguma coisa acontece, mas você não dá força a isso, né? Você olha, vê que é o cachai da Helena, mas você continua naquele estado de alma pura, de observar, mesmo em você, assim como no outro, mas em você também.
We recognize that this is in the final pages of this magnificent 325 Dadavani, right? I mean, this is like, Dada has taken us from here all the way up to the top, you see. So, when the Prem Swarup means the embodiment of love, wherever you go, people feel love, pure love, People forget their own problems, you see. The energy is magnificent, you see. And you see, that has happened to Dada, it has happened to Niroma, our Gnani, and now it is surely and slowly happening to each one of us, you see.
Shuddha fala que esse é o final do Aptavani, né, que realmente o Dada nos leva no alto, no nível muito alto que aconteceu com ele, com a Niruma e com o Pujashri, mas a gente agora está começando a chegar lá também.
Yes, but if we miss the words, if we read from here and there, and if we do not get the exact importance of the words of Dada in this Dadavani, we'll just read it. You see, that's about it. It doesn't sit inside. You see, it has to be step by step understanding. Dada started this today's satsang by saying, if you know what the world is, if you know means if you know, and then after knowing what the world is, and then you experience it. How do you know what the world is? You see, how do you know different prakritis? How do you know different kashais? You see. Yes. So knowing and then experiencing.
É como fala no início, né? Que ele fala de você ver e você experiencia, né? Então, quando você está nesse estado, você pode chegar a ver o que está acontecendo e você ter essa experiência, porque você pode ler esse Aptavani ler por ler e não, nada pega, mas se você realmente understand, né, sentir, saber o que
Yeah.
está acontecendo, aí que a gente, that's how we go up, right, Shuddha,
Yes, yes,
e
you
assim
have
que a
to
gente
know.
sobe, a gente tem que, yeah, sorry.
If you know how the world is, you see, well, let me give you a simple example. Supposing, I mean, constantly, daily in our daily life, we are hearing all kinds of negative things about people who are close to us, family members, daughters, husbands, friends, and our immediate tendency is, oh, it's not happening to me. How bad this is, you see? How bad is it, Uh, Now what you've done is you're you're just seeing it from your intellect. You're seeing it from how you see it, which is your intellect is showing you this. And whereas to know how the world is, okay, you have to get out of yourself, get out of Helena, Shuddha,
Intelecto, yeah.
yeah, and you say, get out of the intellect and see that this is how it is. This is how it is. We are in Kali Yuga, for heaven's sake, you see.
Então,
Hmm? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah?
yeah,
Go on,
yeah,
translate.
porque, I'll try.
Yeah, that's
Because
fine.
there's so many beautiful things, but there's so many, so beautiful. Ele fala tanta coisa tão bela que eu perco as filigranas, mas que ele fala, por exemplo, hoje em dia, o que é acontecendo, se você, o seu intelecto vê acontecer na família com alguém, o marido, ou a filha, ou alguma coisa, então de você sair desse intelecto, dizendo, porque a gente está em Kali Yuga, só ver, que conhece e vê que, né, que é o que está acontecendo, but you can stay in the pure soul and have pure love, whatever happens, right?
Well, that is the step. But you see, first of all, the only way you can get out of this mess or these problems is come home, be who you are. And then you can see,
Então, a única forma de você sair dessa confusão, da calhuga que ele falou, dessas informações ruins que chegam, é a gente ir para o nosso ser. Né?
Yes, yeah, it affects everyone. So, if when it happens to somebody else outside your family, then, you look at it and all of this, oh, bad, this, that, and if, then with that vision, attachment and aversion will start. Rag, dvesh will start, you see. You see, if they are your friends, then you will go and say, oh, I'm so sorry, how can I help you? But if they are not friends with you, you'll say, the hell with that, I know. See, so this is the same thing. The vision, it's not just to see it as it is. You're not knowing it as it is. Like Dada says, when you know what the world is as it is,
Yes, it is.
as it is, then you will enter into rag dvesh and will enter into attachment or aversion. If it is happening to your daughter or to somebody very close to you, you will look the other way, you will, even if it's terrible, you will try to enter into attachment reactions. Oh, my lovely one, I'm so sorry this happened to you. We may want to make sure nobody else knows about it, In other words, you protect it, you see. So this seed comes in and all of this, you see, the kashai start happening and you have gone away from yourself and also you have gone away from the amapura of the daughter or the son or whoever it is in the family, because really they are amapuras and you and I already know why this is happening, you see.
Então, realmente, se você... muito... It's too much. I mean, it's beautiful, but if you see... Se você vê isso como uma pessoa de fora, você, ai, coisa horrível e tal, mas quando é... Mas aí que começa o apego e aversão, né? Que horrível que aconteceu. E a mesma coisa com a família. A família, se acontece alguma pessoa perto de você, você tenta proteger a minha filha, o meu filho, But também você separa, mas o importante é você sair, ser o que conhece e ver. Veja e know que that's what it is, right? Isso é o que...
No, that is how it is.
Não, just a minute. Na verdade, o que ele falou foi quando acontece essas informações ruins, quando falam mal de fulano, de ciclano, se não é quem a gente conhece, a gente não liga. Não é meu problema. Mas quando acontece com uma filha, com alguém próximo que a gente gosta, os cachais surgem. E surge daí o apego, a aversão, e a gente quer proteger.
Uhum.
E aí a gente saiu do estado do ser e a gente não está no estado do nosso ser e não estamos vendo o ser da outra pessoa. Não foi isso?
Yeah.
You see, this is a very big sentence that we just began with. If one understands, in reality means, you have to get out of the relative, you see. In reality, if one understands the world exactly as it is, okay, and it is really, you should correct it. It's not understand, one knows. You see, one knows what the world exactly as it is. Knowing comes after understanding, you see. You understand it, but the knowing is anything we understand, we really do not know it until we experience it, you see. We understand what the knife does to the finger, right? They can cut it. But until it cuts us, we still only understand it. Now we know, oh, see, this can cut, you see. You see? And so then experience it is, in other words, now we are experiencing the world. Dada, having gone through all the experiences or relative experiences of the world, you see, he came into this final experience, you see, which he's describing here, Yeah. So and if one knows,
Shuddha,
yeah.
you should need to give space for Helena translate, please.
Yes, my dear. Yeah, I know. I think I was observing because she loves it. She is absorbing it as if she is listening to it, and she forgets that she has to translate it. Okay, all right, yeah.
Mas ele falando na realidade, né? Quer dizer, a gente tem que... ela fala a palavra, você entender, ele falou alguma coisa sobre understand, is not understand, Denize, and
it is to know.
Saber, não é entender, mas saber o mundo exatamente, então você experiencia. Né?
O conhecimento vem antes da compreensão.
O conhecer e ver.
Visual and knowledge. Antes,
yes, right. First you have to see it. First you have to see it as the see by being the Amapura, and then, from that understanding comes the experience, you see. And also, Dada makes it simple for us. Remember his famous sentence, Helena? The world is the puzzle itself.
É o que o Dada fala, né? Que o mundo é peão, né?
Puzzle. Because
Quebra-cabeça.
Quebra-cabeça.
When it's not happening to you or your family members, it's happening out there in some other country, you're fine. But when it starts coming nearer and nearer and it starts touching you or affecting you, now, the puzzle comes, you see.
Ele fala, quando as coisas acontecem lá fora no mundo, tá bom, mas quando chega perto de você acontecer na sua família, aí sim que o negócio começa a enrolar.
And then, you see, so Dada then says, don't try to understand it through this intellect.
O Dada fala, não tenta entender pelo seu intelecto.
Intellect will make you run in so many different directions trying to avoid it, you see.
Intelecto leva você correr em todas as direções para você não lidar com isso.
You see, instead, he sits there and he says, there are two viewpoints to solve this puzzle. It's a puzzle that is erased. you see.
Então, ele disse, tem 2 pontos para você entender esse quebra-cabeça.
And one relative and one real, you see.
Um é o relativo e um é real.
And in today's satsang, Dada is emphasizing the real so much, you see.
E hoje o Dada está realmente falando sobre o real tanto,
Yeah.
realmente está focando sobre isso.
And you know, the relative is like the water in a river, you see. You know, it just passes. Sometimes it goes over rocks, sometimes it goes over big rocks and it crashes it, you know. But it's just all moving away, you see.
E o relativo é como a água no rio, né? Ele vai, às vezes bate numa pedra, às vezes acontece alguma coisa, ele está indo sempre.
Yeah. The importance in Dada makes it a very, and the relative vision in the relative only, the relative or vision is the relative is the vision of the intellect, and
o relativo é a visão do intelecto.
And the real is the vision of the self, prajna. You see the vision.
E o ser é a visão do prajna, do ser.
Yeah. Yours and my role is to just energize the prajna as much as
Nosso trabalho é sempre botar energia nesse prajna.
I know. And so therefore, you know, in this kind of situations, you expand. First of all, you say, this is how it is. And now Dada says, this is how it is, you know.
Que o Dada fala, isso é o jeito que é. Está acontecendo.
And a karma that unfolds, opens up, does not spare anyone. Everybody has his or her own unfolding karma.
Todos nós temos nosso próximo karma de
effect, karma effect,
effect do karma.
Effect, you see, effect. In the morning, it is opened up just a little bit like a flower, right? Just
De manhã ele abre pouquinho, como se fosse uma flor.
By afternoon or after some time, it's totally open.
Está totalmente aberto.
You know, and these two viewpoints, if they are not applied, my friends,
usar os 2 pontos,
if they are not applied, you sink. You sink, you sink in that, you know, river, you know,
você afunda naquele rio
you get swept away from the, you know, in the river, you bang against a rock and all of a sudden you wake up, ich bin reine Seele, I am pure soul. And
aí você bate com a sua cabeça numa pedra e você diz, eu sou alma pura.
But in the process, you have collided with so many other rocks, you know.
Mas nesse processo você bateu em tantas pedras.
And those rocks in the river are the egos, you know, some are big rocks and some are smaller rocks.
As pedras no rio estão os egos, né? Tem grandes egos e tem pequenos egos.
You know, and now Dada has shown us the easy way, just like a nice Amazona, just kind of.
E o Dada nos ensina caminho tão tranquilo.
You know, Eunice and I and Idurao were in Manaus and the Amazon. The Amazon River.
E ele estava no Amazonas, no Rio Amazonas.
It's like oceans flowing.
É como oceano.
It's just like ocean flowing, you know, like so much volume of water. There is no ripple, there is nothing. It's just, there are no rocks. It's so deep, you see.
É tão profundo que não tem pedra e ele vai como assim bem tranquilo.
Yeah. We are all becoming that way. We are all moving silently and, you know, through our own experiences, you know.
E todos nós estamos andando silenciosamente nesse rio também.
Through the awareness that no news is bad news.
A consciência de que não tem novidade é uma novidade ruim? Is a bad news?
Yeah. No news is bad news, you see.
Nem ter novidade, não ter novidade é uma
it's simply relative viewpoints, you know, showing up, you see. It's a viewpoint of file number 1, and then it's a viewpoint of file number 2 or 3 or file X, you know, everybody's viewpoints and their beliefs, you see.
Pontos de vista do file arquivo 1, arquivo 2.
And those viewpoints create opinions, you see.
E todos esses pontos de vista criam a opinião.
Mhm. You know, I'll give you another example. Say a young daughter, you know, a teenage daughter becomes pregnant, you see,
Como uma jovem, uma filha se torna grávida.
and the mother is very upset, you
E a
know.
mãe está super chateada.
And they happen to, you know, she doesn't believe in abortions, you know.
Ela não acredita em aborto.
And the boy is no good, you know.
E o rapaz não é nada bom.
Is this a universal thing or not?
Isso é uma
It's
coisa universal ou não?
happening everywhere, right?
Acontece em
Yeah.
todos os lugares,
Oh,
certo?
yeah, right. Now,
Lógico.
you know, so she will give a very hard time to the daughter, but, you know,
Ela vai realmente dar um duro na filha.
until the baby comes, and then the grandmother falls in love with the baby.
Aí quando o neném
Oh,
chega, né, a vovó fica louca pelo bebê.
right. So it is this whole affair of attachment and abhorrence.
Aí é toda essa de apego e aversão, né?
Yeah, but really, in the real, they are all flawless.
Mas no real estão todos sem falha.
That's what Dada is telling us today.
Isso que o Dada está falando para a gente hoje.
He says, see the flawless vision is absolutely beautiful and natural and pure, you see. The flawless vision is the vision of purity, you see.
É pura, sem ver falta em ninguém, é pura.
You know, in the so-called bad boy who made her pregnant, you know, as he grows and matures, you know, he too starts loving the little baby and, you know, and then
Não era boa novidade, no final ele vai crescendo, vai ficando mais maduro, aí ele começa a gostar do bebê.
and then they have a love, you know, he grows up, he matures, he becomes responsible, they have a, you know, grow up as a nice family. So,
E aí ele cresce e tem uma família boa, cresce uma boa família.
so where is the fault? You see,
Falta aí.
and the fault is the opinion. The
opinião
opinion
é
is the fault.
A
You
opinião
see,
é a falta.
yes, the fault is the limited vision. Oh, what will
limitada.
we are high society. We are, you know, we are God-fearing people. We go to the church. This should not happen to us. You know.
Nós somos a igreja, nós somos, temos medo a Deus, temos amor a Deus, mas isso um dia acontecer com a gente.
Opinions.
Opiniões.
Opinions, you see. And opinions are beliefs based, ignorant beliefs, you see.
Crenças baseadas na ignorância.
You know, the vision, you see, then there is no I or my there. Everything, I am in everyone. Dada, in a last satsang we discussed it. I am everywhere. I am in the daughter and I am in that son, you know, the man who did this to her, and I am in the mother of that boy, and I am in everyone, you see. This is who I am. I am the Rhine and they are also the same. Their circumstances have thrown them into this predicament, but no circumstance is forever, right?
É uma circunstância para sempre. E depois você vê, se você tem essa visão de alma pura, tudo que acontece, o rapaz, a moça e tudo que aconteceu, todos eles são alma puras.
Com circunstâncias.
A circumstance. Sanyog, and you see the difference between a circumstance and a situation is the circumstances, like, you know, the rain happens, you know, the storms happen outside, there is a lot of noise, etc. You know, there's a lot of noise on the street. That's all circumstance, you know. Something happened and people have gathered, right? But when somebody from that crowd comes and knocks on your door, now then that circumstance has become a situation for you. Because now he knocks on your door, open the door.
Yeah, porque a situação, the situations quando está acontecendo tudo lá fora, né, Denise? Mas quando a pessoa, aquele barulho lá fora, quando a pessoa bate na sua porta, aí já muda.
So external circumstances is none of your business.
Não tem nada a ver com você, se as circunstâncias fora não tem nada a ver com você.
Only when there is a knock on your door, then it becomes a file, you see.
Aí quando ele bate na sua porta, aí é um arquivo, se torna um arquivo.
And so what do you do when there is a knock on the door, Helena?
What do you do?
Go open the door.
And
your soul.
Yeah, well, that's right. No, in other words, remember to see the pure soul.
Aí quando isso acontece, quando ele bate na sua porta, você tem que se lembrar de ficar como alma pura.
And, and then whoever may be, it's a file, if they say, yeah. But having seen the pure soul, no matter what news he delivers or what he says is not going to touch you. You're
Mas
in.
desde que você se fica como alma pura, qualquer situação que ele traz para você, esse file, não, it's okay.
Yeah, it's a file. File means Swayama Pura. I am there, and this file has arisen, right? The file has come. You are Amapura, right?
Yeah, eu sou alma pura. E esse arquivo vem.
And not only that, what were you doing before the knock happened, the sounds happened? What were you supposed to be doing?
O que você está fazendo antes de baterem na sua porta? Just being a pure soul.
Yeah, you were meditating. You were meditating. You had free time, so you were saying Swayamapura,
Aí você não tem tempo livre, você fala, eu sou alma pura, eu sou alma pura.
Yeah,
Então você está nesse estado de alma pura antes de baterem na tua porta.
Nothing was disturbing you. You see,
Nada vai te
Amapura. And if you look through the window of the 5th floor of your, apartment, you see this big crowd below, but you just see Amapura.
Aí você está no 5º andar, você olha da janela, vê aquela confusão lá embaixo, você vê todo mundo como alma pura.
Yeah, Amapura. Not politician or this politician party, and this is, but no, none of that.
Esse político, esse partido, é isso. Alma pura, todo mundo.
Amapura. Those kind of demonstrations happen a lot around your home, right, Denize, or around where you live.
Acontece muito onde você mora, Denize.
Yeah, all countries are very polarized, and
todos os países estão muito polarizados agora.
Yeah, polarization is caused by the intellect, you see.
Isso tudo é causado pelo intelecto.
The intellect shows faults.
O intelecto mostra falha.
It is, and what kind of intellect shows faults? What kind of intellect shows faults?
Que tipo de intelecto mostra a falta?
Is it the good kind of intellect or the not so good? Not so good.
Bom intelecto ou não tão bom intelecto? At the river, right? The river hitting the balls.
Yeah. Anyway, so we don't have to worry What we are talking right now in front of us is, all of that intellect has, by the time we are on page 49 or 51 pages of this 325p Portuguese, we have intellect has been left long behind, you see.
Nessa altura, na página 49 de 300, nesse tempo o intelecto está longe, já foi longe. Nós estamos envolvidos.
Yeah, and you see now...
Present, we are present.
Yeah, we are present. Not only that, we see the world as it is. No news...
Vemos o mundo como ele é.
No news surprises us or shocks us.
Nenhuma novidade nos surpreende ou nos choca.
Because we see this is how the world is.
Porque a gente vê, é assim que o mundo é.
Yeah. You see, but more than that, we see pure within that human being, you see.
Mas mais além disso é que você vê a alma pura dentro de cada das pessoas.
And you see, so this is the world in its true nature. What is the world like in its true nature? You see, so there is a true nature of every human being inside.
É uma verdadeira natureza de cada ser humano. Essa é a verdadeira natureza.
Every human being, by construct and by presence, is flawless because of 100 reasons that is given in the book of hundreds of reasons given in the book of the Flawless Vision, you see. About Flawless Vision book,
O livro que a gente tem
Yeah, it gives so many
Ele
evidences of flawlessness of.
dá tanta, mais de 100 evidências sobre o erro.
Yeah.
Da impecabilidade.
Yeah. Yes, yes, you see. We have covered that whole book, you know.
Nós vemos o livro todo.
Yeah, we know. You have translated some of the satsangs there where we had the flawless vision many years ago, a few years ago.
Yeah.
You know, yes, yeah. So you see, nirdosh, it's a very beautiful word. Nirdosh means, nirdosh, Nirdosh, nirdosh means, nirdosh means, he was never at fault.
Nunca tem erro.
Never, there was no, it was always flawless. The flaws have arisen out of ignorance, you see.
A falta é devido à ignorância.
You see, the flaws have arisen because of this fundamental wrong belief that I am this body, you see.
Por causa desse erro fundamental de que eu sou este corpo.
Yeah, and you know, our Gnani has talked about it 1,000, 100,000 times, you know. Dada speaks now and then on this in our books, you know.
Dada fala milhões de jeitos sobre isso.
But Dadashri tells us that it is when you start seeing a human being as flawless.
Fala que quando você começa a ver o ser humano sem culpa.
When you see a human being as flawless now, you know, so it's from the other way. When you see a human being as flawless, regardless of what happened to him or to her, or whatever he's doing.
Está acontecendo para ele ou para ela quando você vê ele sem culpa.
Then love will arise, you see.
Então, realmente o amor acontece.
You see, so it's both ways, you see. So isn't it so beautiful seeing this in the vast experience of the maturity of life? You know, we are in the some of us are in the noon time of our life. Some of us are at 2 o'clock in our life. Some of us are at 5 o'clock in our life. You see, in other words, you see, from different experience of our own life, you see.
Diversas experiências de toda a nossa vida. Alguns de nós estão nas 2 horas, outros às 5 horas, outros está quase meia-noite.
Or about reading or knowing about the experiences of other human beings who are able to say it as it is, you know, open it up completely. You know, you realize that what is happening in one home is happening in every home, you see.
Quando você vê que o que acontece em uma casa acontece em todas as casas.
And even if he's not married, you know, if, you know, it's happening in his or her home too, something or the other in his immediate family, his girlfriend or boyfriend, you know, or everything. So this, you have to know and then experience, and experience. Many of us are experiencing that, you know. We see it and there is no opinion. When you know, experience in the relative world, in life, means that there is no opinion.
Você vê no mundo relativo, mas você não tem opinião do que está acontecendo.
You see, there is the only opinion is that is how he or she sees it.
E a única opinião é que esse é o jeito que ele ou ela vê as coisas.
For example, a young boy, you know, 17 years old, has done something. Has something happened through him, so which is terrible, and the father, you know, and the mother are very upset. Now, the answer, if it's Mahatma father, what would a Mahatma father or a Mahatma mother, how would they see it?
Então, ele fala um caso assim de um rapaz de 17 anos, aconteceu uma coisa com ele e a família ficou todo mundo horrorizado. E o que acontece quando seus pais são Mahatmas?
So the answers are right here in this paragraph that Helena read. You see?
Parágrafo que eu acabei de ler.
Yeah, you know, he already knows his fault. He already knows
sabe a culpa que ele fez.
What has happened. There is no need to say anything.
Não precisa dizer para ele que aconteceu, o que já aconteceu.
You see, let love take over.
Acontecer.
You know, Niruma raised so many aptaputras, they were boys,
E a
And when
Neruma cuidou de tantos aptaputas que eram meninos.
they were teenagers,
Eram adolescentes.
Some of them, were from broken homes, you see.
Deles eram de casas quebradas.
And some of them were from the victims of the earthquake, parents died in the earthquake, you see.
E algum deles, os pais faleceram num terremoto.
She became the mother for all of them with love, with
Ela
love.
se tornou a mãe de todos eles com amor.
Some of them were pretty naughty and, because, initially and, difficult to manage, but with love, they have become aptaputras now,
E aí eles se tornaram aptaputas, porque alguns deles eram realmente bem danadinhos, mas ela, com o amor dela, fez essa transformação. E eles agora são aptaputras.
Aptaputras, you see. So, she never saw anyone's faults.
Ela nunca viu a culpa deles, o erro deles.
Yeah. And see, and now the faulty vision that Dada talks about is because of the separation. That now you speak about separation very easily. Now you understand. You separated. You are one. You are essentially here. You are one. There is nothing. This relative is not considered real. You see, it is going to go away like the river. You see, so you are one here. So don't separate from the one.
Ele fala, nunca se separe do ser, porque o relativo vai embora, vai acontecendo como o rio, mas nunca se separa do ser. É um.
And they say, the non-Mahatma parents, they worry about, what's going to happen? What will the people say? Or, he will not, he will not get good grades or recommendations or certificates for job, etc., etc. None, this is, let love take over, you see.
E, por exemplo, os pais desse menino, né, que ele estava dando o exemplo, aqui não são mahake, mas eles ficam preocupados, o que vai acontecer, ele não vai ter boas notas. E o contrário, que os pais mahake, eles só dão amor para ele.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. When love takes over, it spreads faster than wind. You see, it just.
O amor acontece vai mais rápido do que o vento.
It spreads just with the vision of love. It spreads with your eyes, with your, it spreads by just the vicinity. Somebody comes near you and he or she starts feeling that you are not looking at him or her with any other view, any other vision.
É que você vê, se a pessoa chega perto de você, ele vê que você não está vendo com a visão ou julgando, você está com amor.
And then whatever is going to happen through your medium of the mind or the body or through your words has a fantastic healing effect, you see.
Realmente tem uma cura muito grande quando você tem essa visão.
And even if some wrong words come out, they do not hurt the other person. You see, because there is that constant experience within the other human being that there is something deeper here, There is the deeper presence is, the Amapura presence is very, very amazing, you see.
E a presença da Amapura é maravilhosa, mesmo que tenha uma palavra ruim, alguma coisa assim, mas ele não sente porque ele está envolvido nesse amor.
Yeah. What the other person is thinking or what is happening inside is not the issue. It really doesn't matter.
Não importa o que está acontecendo.
It is the intellect within us which says, is he understanding what I'm saying? Is he, it is my intellect when I say, are you understanding? Because understanding this understanding is beyond the intellect. This understanding is with the U capital understanding, you see.
Esse entendimento é entendimento com a maiúscula, que é além.
Além do intelecto, muito além do intelecto.
Yeah. See, that is, Helene's intellect is not there. Helene's intellect is not given any energy at all. So Helene is not interested in anything. Is interested only to the extent of if it becomes a file and he says something to you. And that part is automatic. You don't have to pay attention to, am I listening to him or not? The listening is happening, the speaking is happening, all of these things are happening. Yes?
Yeah. E as coisas estão acontecendo, mas você é a separação, né, Denise? Que além de tudo, encompass, né? Que envolve tudo.
Yes, you see, these are exact words of Dada. There's so much. So we proceed further. So this pure love is an attribute of the absolute self. You see, absolute self. With such pure love, we forget all the sorrow and the pain we are facing. So once you're bound through this pure love, nothing else can bind you. Let me just check on that sentence. And પ્રેમથી બંધાયું એટલે પછી બીજું કશું બાંધવાનું રહ્યું નહીં. This sentence needs correction. So once it is bound through pure love, nothing else can bind you, because it is, there is no person in here. There's no one to get bound or released, you see. Yeah, this is...
Isn't a you with capital?
There's no you here, you see.
Yeah.
And once it is bound through pure love, nothing else can bind you, because the pure love is not a person, you see. It's not there is not an entity. It has expanded, it is just love. It's the light of, it's the light of the presence in which no faults are seen. There are no faults, you see. And there's no I there, because that I has actually become this absolute self, you see. Absolute self means only pure I, right? Okay, Denize. And there is that I, nothing can bind it. So you cannot say once you are bound with this pure love. Once many become this pure love, okay, it's a better sentence, you see. Once you become.
Quando você se torna esse amor puro, a melhor sentença, ele acha.
You see, and because
Shuddha, this you could be your relative, or
no.
I'm saying I agree with you, because the you either is the relative or the bavo,
yeah, right. Yeah, and it's neither one of those,
Yes,
because as I read the Gujarati sentence,
Don't you have a meeting, Tony?
No.
What are you doing here?
What's that?
I prefer to be in satsang than any meeting. I shut off the meeting.
Okay. All right.
Gente, ele tinha uma reunião e ele não ia participar. Let me tell everybody about the situation. Ele tinha uma reunião de trabalho e aí ele falou para eu e a Helena irmos traduzindo até a Shirley chegar. A Shirley já chegou e a gente não deixou ela continuar traduzindo. E o Tony, em vez de ir para a reunião, ficou na satsang. E aí eu resolvi fazer bullying com ele. Sorry, Shuddha, I couldn't resist to bullying Tony.
Yeah. No, you see this, what's going on really at the real level is that Tony is going very deep into this, and and he's being pulled more and more in the depths of this magnificent words of Dada, you see. So, this is, where in this satsang, we only barely kind of look at the surface of it, but, by just simply saying these words, Dada is really kind of pulling everyone higher and higher in this, or deeper and deeper in this, this is the mind, speech, bodiless state. The body is there, but really, this is absolute knowledge level. K-V Gnan, you see.
Quem vai traduzir?
Você, né, Helena? Não, tudo bem, como eu comecei a bagunçar, e daí ele está dizendo que é porque o Tony está muito envolvido e aprofundando muito nas palavras, na ciência, e não tem uma atração que não tem muito controle, né? Tá junto. Pelo menos é isso. Alguma coisa eu perdi, desculpem.
Yeah, you see.
Eu acho que I want to make I want to say something, Shuddha, because this is the magic of the satsang. Whatever circumstances happen, and I think Denize also is a nimit that allows Helena to come and translate. So I'm very blessed that I had this meeting that I abandoned, but I'm so delighted that Helena returned, Denize, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because
It's amazing. She can't imagine how happy I am with she translating. You can't imagine.
Yes.
Ninguém imagina como eu estou feliz da Helena estar traduzindo, gente.
Então você traduz até isso. Tá certo. Jai Satchidana, Jai Satchidana.
Jai Satchidanand, beautiful energies expressing in the relative too, you see. And for all of us, you see, but here when Dadashri starts, he says this love is the quality of the Lord God himself, you see. Paramatma Prem, you see. And this is the Paramatma Prem. This is not ordinary love, you see.
Portanto, esse amor puro é atribuído ao ser absoluto.
And see, when this love arises, there is no one to get bound or to get released, you see. This pure love, when this happens, nothing else can bind you, is correct. When this love arises, you see. So once this love arises, nothing else can bind you or drag you down into anything relative, you see.
Quando esse amor chega, né, que nada prende você, né? Realmente é
I think that's a more appropriate translation. And now, yes, so okay. When sorrow or pain no longer touches you, know that the Prakriti has now become natural and spontaneous. See? And day by day, oneness will increase. Which oneness? That means there is no duality. You are, Helena will disappear. Whatever is happening to Helena is simply known, And also, the secondary oneness is that you, with love that arises, you become one with the fellow human being, the other one, you see? You will experience oneness with all this people sitting in this room, and from there you will experience oneness with the whole village, and eventually you will experience oneness with the entire India, and finally you will experience oneness with the entire world. It just expands.
Wow. That's beautiful. Ok, deixa eu traduzir. Portanto, esse amor puro é um atributo do ser absoluto. Com esse amor puro, esquecemos toda.
Yes. Shuddhatma Bhagavan.
Esquecemos toda a tristeza que estamos enfrentando. Portanto, uma vez que você esteja ligado por esse amor puro, nada mais poderá prendê-lo. Quando a tristeza não o tocar mais, saiba que a Prakriti agora se tornou natural e espontânea. e dia após dia a unidade aumentará. Você experimentará a unidade com todas essas pessoas sentadas na sala, e a partir daí experimentará a unidade com toda a aldeia. Eventualmente, você experimentará a unidade com toda a Índia. E, finalmente, experimentará a unidade com o mundo inteiro. Jai Satchidananda.
Jai
Uau!
Satchidananda. Jai
Wow,
Satchidananda.
couldn't be more.
Uau!
It's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Shuddha
Thank you
Bhagavan.
for the opportunity to come back.
Well, you know, I was always convinced that you were an excellent translator, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, you have translated for me for so long before too. So, you know, I have always been convinced that you've got fantastic potential and you got talent there too. Some of this other internal antaray or the blockades will leave with the grace of Dada, and is leaving with the grace of Dada, you see. Your own Dada inside, you know. Because your
E aí
mission.
a Helena agradeceu, né, a oportunidade, e o Shuddha falou que ele está muito contente, porque a Helena sempre traduziu para ele muitos anos, sempre vê o potencial dela, vê não só o potencial, vê a capacidade dela, né? E que alguns bloqueios e dificuldades que ela enfrenta, o dada interno dela vai liberar tudo.
You know,
É isso, né?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know, Dada Dada Bolu aney Nijat maj maheke Anant Pardesi avarano tootey. You see, so magnificent. It just begins with the word Dada, Dada, Dada. You see? Yes.
It sounds like a lullaby to.
Yeah. You should listen to the original song. I will forward it to you in Gujarati, and hopefully, there's also an English translation. There is this word nirjara, and let me write this down. The word nirjara means exact discharge. Means exact discharge. Means is everything is discharging, right? I mean, whatever, today's satsang is discharging, what each one of us is feeling is discharging. But exact discharge means we are seeing that discharge. We are seeing what is happening to Helena. You are seeing what is happening to Helena inside. I am seeing what's happening to Shuddha. Santana is seeing what is happening inside. You see, exact nirjara, that it is happening to the river. It is happening to the river that is flowing, you see. And then there is this word maha. Maha, I know, like Mahatma. Mahatma is great. So maha nirjara means great discharge, great discharge. Okay, and what great discharge means, a lot of karma complex that was little pieces, that had accumulated. All of a sudden, it is a big flow and it gets out. And what our dear Helena experienced, in the end, there was a maha discharge, you see. It was a maha
Então, o
discharge.
Shuddha está falando do Nijat, que é uma descarga, né? É uma descarga exata. E o Maha, que significa de Mahatma, que é grande, é Maha Nirjara, é uma grande descarga. E foi isso que a Helena experienciou nessa emoção aí final, uma grande descarga. Maha Nirjara.
Yeah, you see, you're here singing the glory and the praise of Dada and his words. I mean, each one of us who do that, enter into it. Our discharge is fantastic, so much would have otherwise, so much that was flowing would have pulled us inside the river, and it just flows away. Everything somehow, everything somehow, in fact, Dadashri has said that our state is higher than the celestial beings and angels, you see, our 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 state is higher than even the celestial beings are waiting to come back and as a human form so that they can get this knowledge that we all have, you see. So this is a fantastic.
Você traduz, Helena?
Por favor.
Então, e aí o Dada diz que nós estamos num estado mais elevado até que os seres celestiais, porque os seres celestiais, inclusive, vão ter que voltar para o reino humano, e que nós estamos num estado fantástico.
Yes, and so this, if you don't have a garbage disposal in your sink, right? I mean, ladies know it. Some kitchens you turn on the switch and the garbage disposal just clears up the sink, whatever, all the food particles and everything that's inside, right?
Então, tem umas pias, principalmente nos Estados Unidos, é muito comum aqueles trituradores dentro da pia, né? Que levam o lixo embora.
Yeah, but this is prohibited. Garbage disposals are prohibited in the city of Manhattan, you see, because the buildings are so tall and there are hundreds and thousands, millions of apartments, If they start throwing all of this food into the garbage, into the sink, you see, then it will clog up the drains, you see.
E que em Nova York, esses trituradores são proibidos porque os prédios são tão altos e aí todo mundo jogando o lixo e o alimento ali, triturando, vai entupir de alguma forma embaixo.
Yeah, but you see, similarly, from morning to evening, in the discharging process, things start accumulating in this sink, of this mind, speech, and body. You see, it starts accumulating, and all you need to do is to turn on the switch. Turn on the switch and
então, nesse processo de descarga de karma, vai acumulando esse lixo triturado, né? E aí o Shuddha diz que o que a gente tem que fazer é apertar o power lá, ligar o triturador para ir embora.
Yeah, turn on the switch. It's the switch of the five agnas, or relatively, and it just kind of flushes away. It flushes away.
E aí vai embora.
It just goes away. And then whoever you have blamed or whoever you have seen faults with, immediately say, oh, Amapura,
E aí, quando você faz isso, você imediatamente começa a ver a alma pura, porque você se livrou do lixo.
Yeah, right. And, what is the sign that, this is a very critical one phrase that Dada spoke in the final paragraph. And he says, when pain, sorrow, instead of any kind of pain, no longer touches you, know that the file one, Prakriti, it is no longer a file, it is just the Prakriti, and you are the Purush, you see. It is the mind, speech, body complex has become natural and spontaneous, you see.
Então, nenhuma dor toca você, porque você não é o Prakriti, né? Você se tornou natural e espontâneo.
That is, the Gujarati word is Sahaj, S-A-H-A-J, Sahaj, Sahaj.
E a palavra em Gujarati é Sahaj.
Sahaj, you see. And, the self is Sahaj, ama is Sahaj, natural.
E a alma é Sahaj, é natural.
But the Prakriti, because of the ego component, has become asahaj. Asahaj means unnatural,
E aí o Prakriti, because of what? Sorry.
Ego.
Por causa do ego, ele fica não natural. Ele fica
Because of discharge, ego is still there, you see? Discharge ego is still
Porque a
there.
gente ainda tem o ego de descarga, né?
And it is this discharge ego that gets excited by the intellect. If there is no ego is gone. The intellect has no role, you see. The ego, whatever the intellect shows, the ego get excited. And it's like a tag team. Ego, intellect, ego, you see. So both of these go away, you see. Both of these kind of stop reacting, they stop reacting. Ego and intellect stop reacting in discharge, you see.
Então, I didn't understand.
Okay, all right.
Ele falou que o ego, Chile, ajuda, por favor.
Okay.
Ele falou que na descarga, o ego e o intelecto, o intelecto fica...
Eles não reagem mais à descarga.
Eles vão
A descarga
embora.
acontece.
Em descarga, o ego e o intelecto vão embora. Não existe.
Yeah, it
Eles
is.
não existem.
Mas quando a gente resolve, when they will go away, the intellect and ego, when you settle with equanimity, isn't it?
With any
Quando
of the
você
agnas, yes. All of these agnas means there is no space for ego or intellect, When you are in the
quando você
agna,
aplica as águinas, aí realmente não vai ter espaço para
no
o ego e para o
ego, yeah.
intelecto. Entendi.
So yes, and also this is how it happens, you see. So there are so many ways. It's the same thing. The darshan of the self, the view of the self keeps rising and rising, you see. The view of the self, and along with the view of the self, the gnan of the self also rising, you see. So, and this Dadavani, of 25 pages in Gujarati, right, it needs to be kind of, kept with you and, periodically reviewed again and again and again, and you will see, you will arrive at this point where you and I will arrive at this point where there is, no kind of pain touches you. No kind, no mental
Então,
pain, no physical pain, no verbal pain touches you,
então esse darshan do ser, quando ele surge, é algo magnífico. E essa Dadavani precisa ficar como um livro de cabeceira, a gente precisa revisá-la várias vezes, vira e mexe, dá uma olhada nelas pelo conhecimento que traz para nós, né?
Yes. You see this, even as we say all of these things, you see, anything, and that is exactly where Niruma is to focus. Is there anything bothering me? Any kind of pain touching me? Touching means...
Então, se alguma dor... então, se alguma dor me tocar, é o que a Niruma falava. Então, quando você tem essa... faltou traduzir isso. Quando você faz o darshan do ser, quando você consegue ter essa presença do ser, nenhuma dor te toca.
And that is the exact point where Niruma will not let go until she sees it in the light of the self, you see, as the pure soul and the absolute soul that I am. See this, you see. See this.
Então, a Niruma via tudo isso com esse olhar da alma pura. Toda dor, tudo que acontecia.
And just seeing this in this light, you see, will dissolve whatever is there. There is,
E aí, vendo com essa luz, dissolvia tudo.
This, is a fantastic sentence, and just seeing and seeing it dissolves. See, there is nothing is to be done. You see, you cannot do anything to remove the fact that something happened today and you're upset. You cannot, you need to recognize that it is Denize who is upset, not you see.
Então, a gente precisa reconhecer que a gente não consegue remover as coisas e que tem que entender que o que está acontecendo é com a Denize.
And why is Denize upset? Then you have all the evidence. You have all this non-darshan, the knowledge and the vision, and this vision of flawlessness. You have the vision of Amapura. So now all of this automatically surround, are
E,
there. And Denize doesn't need to be explained, it will automatically
e automaticamente, quando alguma coisa acontece, vem essa visão da impecabilidade, da separação, toda a ciência fica presente.
No, it will present with all its energies, you see. But
Toda a energia.
yeah, whereas if you delve on, even if you go, a little bit on, oh, I'm feeling bad, or this person is like this, you're in trouble, You see, that means you are in the wrong place, you see.
E aí, quem ficou chateado é a Denize. E aí, se você achar que você está chateado, aí é sinal que você está no lugar errado.
All right, Shuddha Bhagwan. Does the next week we will start with the Dadavani of April 2025. Okay, that is the next one in the series. April 2025.
Abril
April.
2024.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll start. We'll start. If you don't have it available in Portuguese, no problem. We will just directly translate the first
Abril
page.
de 2025, né?
Yes,
2025.
2025, April 2025. Dadavani.
I understood 24. So.
No, 25, April, okay? You see, it's so simple, and because I will be following, you're welcome to follow your version, but I will be looking for my, in this one, Dadavani, it is April, I'll give it to you, April 2025.pdf.
Do you want us to translate your version?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be nice if you can just kind of, then we will not go over again the corrections again and again. You see,
it would be easier.
Yeah.
Então, Shirley, você traduz então a versão do Shuddha para ele facilitar e não ter todas essas correções.
Okay.
Não, eu traduzo sim. Eu só não consigo pegar agora se alguém puder depois enviar para mim o link, porque eu estou no celular aqui, tá meio complicado. Esqueci meu note.
Yeah, they look.
Mas ele tá te mandando o link é de um PDF. Você consegue converter?
Yeah,
consigo, não. Converter eu consigo, sim.
Então tá bom.
I think it's already been translated, but you see, you just need to kind of compare versions and just kind of switch, or I don't want you to do anything with your formal translation version. Only thing is make sure that you have this incorporated the necessary things that I have, what I'm saying is this is for purposes of satsang with me. I'm not just insisting that you adopt that, okay? All right?
Okay.
All right. This is only satsang with me. All
Okay.
right. Okay, Shuddhatma Bhagavan. Yeah. And if you have it, fine. Otherwise, 1 or 2 pages would be good enough too, all right. And everybody, anybody want to say anything? We got 3 minutes. It's important. There are 3 precious minutes as the awakened present Amapura. Anybody want to say anything?
Então, a gente tem mais uns 3 minutinhos. Alguém quer dizer mais alguma coisa? Desculpa, pessoal, a gente estava administrando aqui como é que vai ser a tradução, a coisa do próximo texto. Aí o Shuddha agora está perguntando se alguém quer falar alguma coisa, que a gente tem preciosos 3 minutos.
Então, eu quero. I want to share.
Okay. Yes, Shirley.
Well, today was the day that I translate you, Shuddha. But the evidence of Dada's energy, I think, work for Helena.
Yes.
Become a translator again. So
yes.
I was so sorry to be late in your satsang, but now I know that Dada
Absolutely.
makes the path for Helena return to us. And I'm very happy.
Well, that's the beauty of it, when you see, when you see it, when you see it from the natural way, from every evidence, every evidence reveals certain beauty within it, which opens up. You see, you are away from the me, my, and narrow views, and everything opens up very beautifully. When
Just let me translate.
yeah.
Então, eu só estava comentando com o Shuddha que eu estava assim, até bem preocupada, porque hoje era meu dia de traduzir a satsang e eu acabei chegando bem atrasada. Então, assim, quando acontece uma coisa assim em cima da hora, é difícil também, né, para as outras pessoas se organizarem. Mas eu vi assim como que as evidências trabalham e como a energia de Dada funciona, né? E isso fez com que, de repente, a Helena voltasse a traduzir também, e eu também fiquei muito feliz. Então,
Absolutely.
é lindo como ver, quando a gente tem essa visão de como as coisas funcionam realmente.
And as we have said in the Vidhi of Jagat Kalyan in Guru Purnima, you see, and the Vidhi, we all did the Vidhi, special Vidhi on Jagat Kalyan, it, ours is the role to see the nimit of Jagat Kalyan. In other words, may I continue to see the nimit, you see. So if somebody is doing very beautiful work, continue to see that, and your energies will automatically go towards that human being. Oh, beautiful, do more stuff, go. You see, so anybody who stands up in translation or volunteers for translation, the rest of us say, go, beautiful, may you come out with the best product. You see, none of this competition of the intellect comes in here. You see, the product as a team even gets better and better and better, you see.
Uhum. E aí o Shuddha está comentando, né, que quando a gente tem essa visão de que, na verdade, as pessoas são limites, né, ou são instrumentos para a salvação do mundo, como a questão de traduzir, e você vê esse trabalho lindo que é feito, como quando uma pessoa está fazendo isso, então toda essa energia positiva acaba indo para essa pessoa que está sendo esse instrumento da salvação do mundo através da tradução, e não existe competição, né? Não existe o intelecto nessa questão. E aí essa energia, ela ajuda a cada vez mais as coisas acontecerem da melhor forma possível, né?
Oh, Shuddha Bhagwan.
Thank you, Shuddha. Thank you so much.
Jai
Thank you.
Sachidana. Jai Sachidana.
Thank you, Vyavastit, for Helena coming.
Yeah, right.
Obrigado.
Beautiful, but beautiful
Bye-bye.
for all the Mahatmas, Jai Sachidana.
Jai Satchidana.
Yeah, have a wonderful, wonderful night, my dear, and everyone. Geraldo and Josie and Needy and Vera, Margarita, Maria Cristina, hello, everyone, yes, Sonia, and everyone else here, Janette and Virginia, everyone. Beautiful, beautiful people, beautiful souls.